My name is Richard. I was 32 years old. I was a simple man, kind of ordinary, and I do not have anything special in me. I am just another person in the mob. But one thing I can say with certainty that I had was very special, and I was very lucky in that regard, and that was my wife. Her name is Daisy. She was very beautiful, and she might not be that beautiful to the world, but I liked her so much. We loved each other. We had known each other for many years but had no intention of getting married. But our friendship turned into love, and then we decided to get married. My job was not very good. Sometimes I got money, sometimes I didn't. But one good thing was that I didn't have to pay rent for my house because it was my friend's house. And he said, "You can take it as long as you want, yes." But in return, my friend used to take a lot of free work from me. Actually, I was a plumber and used to go to people's houses and do repairs, etc. There was not much money for this work. My friend was very rich and he also owned a hotel, and he would say that the pipes of my whole hotel had to be fixed. And this work would take a whole day, and I didn't get a single dollar in return. He has given me a house to live in, and I used to be silent thinking about it. I didn't want to take advantage of his kindness. My wife was very nice. She also took good care of me, but she was always worried about the future. All her sentences started with, "What will we do next? Will we always be like this in someone else's house? What if he suddenly tells you one day to get out of my house? Then what will we do, because nowadays people do not care for others? Life is a matter of give and take, and we do not have anything to give." Well, I also had this concern, but I was not as worried as my wife. Her concern was perfectly valid because if I were to be fired suddenly, then I wouldn't have enough money to get us a house. And we can't afford to stay in a hotel. So if we got out of this house suddenly, then for sure we would spend the night on the road. I was also worried, but I used to say, "Hope for the best, think good things, everything will be fine." I did not want to give her tension. Our situation was not good, and that was the reason why we had not even planned a child yet. We wanted things to improve. My wife was often very worried. That's why, to make her happy, I used to do small gestures of love which were very beautiful. Sometimes I would bring her a flower. Well, it was just a flower, but she used to say that this is my love. She got really happy to see that flower. She was not the type to say that it is just a flower. She used to say that it is my love. She was a good person, but her problem was that she didn't study, and she didn't have any job. Well, if a woman doesn't have any job, then some women can cook well, and maybe we can open a food stall or something, but my wife couldn't cook so well. She cooked mediocre food. She always thought low about herself. She used to say, "I don't understand anything. I'm good for nothing, and I can't do anything to help you." I told her that she shouldn't think like that. "You are with me? That's enough." I used to go to work. I used to go in the morning and come back at night. The whole day I had no time at all. Once, I called my wife and asked how she was. One day she told me, "Something is wrong with me. I'm late." I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "I miss my period. I think what we didn't want to get happened has happened already." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You bring me a pregnancy test kit. I have to do a pregnancy test at home." I said, "Okay, I will bring it," and I brought it to her, and next morning she went to the bathroom. And before leaving, she told me that she was going to do it, but she didn't want to get pregnant because our situation was not good at all. I said, "Don't talk like that. We have been married for 4 years now. What will happen if a child comes? I know you love children as I do. We will do something. He will eat what we eat." But my wife was not in a mood to argue with me. She went inside, and it was quite late, but she was not opening the door. I said, "Open the door and tell me what happened." But I guess something has happened that she didn't want to happen. After a while, she came out and wiped her tears. She showed me the test which had 2 lines on it, which meant she was going to be a mother. I was a little worried too, but I wasn't that worried. I loved kids, but she was too worried. I held her in my arms and said, "I love you." "That's awesome news," she said. "Put me down. What will happen to us? We eat for 1 day. We don't eat for 2 days. The child doesn't understand that. He has to eat and eat. It costs $2,000 just for his supplies. Who will pay for the hospital bill? There will be clothes, diapers, and God knows what." I put my hand on her mouth and I said, "Keep quiet. This is a good moment of our life. Now you are worried. When that child comes into this world, you will love him so much. Then you will think of your reaction. It would seem that when you found out that he was coming, you reacted so badly. Then you will realize that you were wrong. It was our first child. Forget the tension. I am with you. You must trust me." My wife hugged me and started crying. But then she said that she will not think anything bad from now on, and everything will be fine. But she knew that everything will not be fine that easily because even in 4 years I couldn't get settled. Couldn't do anything. Then what would I do in these 9 months? I reassured her that we will collect the money before the baby is born. I had only one friend. He was not a hotelier, but another friend of mine whose name was James. He was a very nice person. He was aware of my situation. He said that everything will be fine. If I can do anything, I will definitely do it for you. But he was also like me, and he was not getting married because of that. He knew that he had no money, but still he consoled and said that these times are very difficult for a woman. You should make your wife very happy. Then your child will also be born healthy. I said that I was ready to do anything to make my wife happy, but it was very difficult for me. I didn't have enough courage. My work was very difficult, but still I had to do it. And in the evening, I took a lot of things for my wife, including some pickles, because I heard that when a woman becomes pregnant, she likes to eat pickle. But when I reached home, my wife was not at home. As it was night, her mobile was switched off. I was worried for an hour and was about to go out and start to find her. I said, where did she go? Then she said that her heart was sinking, so she left and went to a park nearby. I said, look what I have brought for you. She was surprised to see. She said so many things. Where did you get the money from? I said, I have money, don't be worried. But I did not know. My head started spinning, and darkness fell in front of my eyes and I fainted. After some time I came back to consciousness. My wife was very worried and was throwing water on my face to bring me back to consciousness. She was very happy to see me regain consciousness, and hugged me and started crying. What happened? What have you done? You must have done some hard work. Even then, this situation happened to you, I said. Yes, I had worked very hard. Sometimes a person suddenly works. Then this is what happens. But after 2 or 4 days, it goes away. She said that I should not do all this. Are you going to work so hard? I said that I am working hard for my wife and child. What's wrong with that? I am fine. My wife was silent. I didn't want to argue with her anyway. She was looking at me with strange eyes. After that, some strange things started happening in the house. And the most important thing was that my wife was not staying at home. She used to come home in the evening. There was a park not far from where we lived, where mostly women and children came. She said, because my heart is sinking. I also knew that heart panics in the beginning of pregnancy. But whatever time I came back, she was not at home. And when she came back home, she had a bag in her hand. I couldn't understand what was inside that bag. My wife gradually started to be satisfied enough. Now she did not say, the baby will come soon. Where will the money come from? Whereas in the beginning, she used to talk to me every day for a week continuously, only about money. But her sudden disappearance and then returning home with a bag was beyond my understanding. There must have been some disturbance, and it had to do with that bag. When I asked her what was in this bag, she said that there was a mat in it that I lay on the grass and sit on. But if it was a mat, then she could have rolled it up and held it in her hand. Why was it put in the bag? And as far as I knew, there was no such mat in our house because we didn't go out very often. I thought that I have to know what is in this bag, so I asked my wife, and she said that it is a mat, which means that she had lied. Now I had to go by myself. And then one day I was very lucky when I came home early from my work and saw that my wife was probably in the bathroom and was taking a bath. She used to spend a lot of time while taking a bath, but that bag was in the room. I was surprised and I said, it's a good chance today. When I opened it I was shocked. She had scared the hell out of me because there was something inside that I never expected to see. I understood the whole story and tears came to my eyes. Inside it were dirty, torn clothes, a dirty wig, dirty, torn shoes. Everything was my wife's size. My wife has so much good clothes. She didn't need to pick up these torn clothes and shoes from anywhere. What was she doing? I found out because there was a board inside it which was written, I am very poor and about to become a mother. I can't even speak. Help me. It means my wife used to wear those dirty clothes and make a beggar's look and go to beg. In her jacket I found something. There was a few dollars in her pocket. That's why my wife stopped saying where the money would come from. Because if she went begging every day, she would have collected so much money that the money would be enough for our child. But she should not do that. What was she doing? She broke my heart. When she came out from the bath, I saw her, and she also saw that I knew everything. I went up and hugged her. I said, why did you do all this? She said, what else could I do? I did it for money. I said, you will not do it. You will not do it at all. My wife also started crying, and she said, okay, I won't do it now. Anyway, I have collected a lot of money. I hugged her again, and I realized that a poor person has no life. My wife promised me that she will not do anything in future, and she will not make any decision without telling me. I said, you will rest at home. Anyway, 5 months had passed. Now rest was badly needed. But after that, I had a good news for us. I got hired by a company. It was also a very big hotel. They said that whenever you have any work in our hotel, you should fix it, and we will give you monthly money and also give you a small quarter to stay. I was very happy and took my wife there. That is, I didn't even need to live on the mercy of my friend. And here I was getting money for the month, with which we used to take the goods of the month together, apart from doing my work. The hoteliers had no problem. They said that when we need you, you have to arrive on time. Apart from that, you can work every day. There was no problem. Sometimes it happened, so this job was very good. I was very happy. After 4 months our daughter was born. Days are now even better. She was very cute. We named her Lily. We are happy together. And from this story of my life and these bad situations, I have learned that in bad situations, your partner is the only one who supports you. But if you don't give up hope for better days will come. And one day everything will be fine. Everything my wife did to support me was probably wrong in some way. But she promised me she would never do it again. And I don't think we will ever be in such a bad situation again because now we have to work hard. And everything is fine in our life.